Hello and welcome to the 5th episode of PES Become a Legend, where we look to kick on after scoring our first and second goals in the last episode. Now, if you remember before, our first game will be against Cardiff. We are again on the right wing. Win the ball near our own box here, and it's threaded forward towards us. We do have to wrestle off Bennett if we can, which we do a decent job of, but he does eventually get back in front of us. And that kills our attack there as they get to the edge of our box. Do shift onto our left foot. They've done quite fortunately for us, hit the post. But they're not done there as it gets back into the feet of Joe Rawls, and it's only about a yard wide of the post, so some early warning shots from Cardiff, which we don't seem to adhere to as they kick it into the feet of... who is this? Omar Bogle, I should have known. Was on loan at Pompey only last season and puts us 1-0 down. So I thought this was a great ball into our path, but it does just seem to escape us as we hit the deck for our troubles. But again down our side as we get it on the edge of the box. Move it centrally. Even further in the middle. Try and get a right foot strike there, but yeah, probably a yard or so wide the post from ourselves. To win it back here, down our right hand side. So I'd play the simple ball into the feet of Woodrow. Probably looks back out of the right to us. We burst past our man, even more so in the box. Do manage to pull it across, and good header but good save to be fair to the keeper, and it's not even Woodrow, it is Luke Thomas. I mean, they're both blonde, I'm not going to tell from a distance, but that is half time. Sorry again, I sound a bit ill in this. Generally my immune system is probably weaker than my PES Pro, so I've always seemed to have something going on with me. You can see the stats here, we have kind of been dominated, we can have no complaints at Cardiff I believe. But we're still in it, by all means, as we win the ball here. We've got a lot of space to run into, and we will do so. I'm trying to look to see if Luke Thomas offers us a good ball across. Not really, so we're going to have to take it ourselves. And from that angle, it's probably always going to go wide. I would have been very impressed if we squeezed it in. But it's nice to show that we can kind of cover that ground, and when it came down to it, just about hold our man off. But yeah, I'd say unlucky with the finish. It was never really going to go in, but it wasn't bad really. See, this I thought was a fantastic ball we were going to get on the end of, but not sure, it might have been Will Volks or Aidan Flint. I think it was Aidan Flint that just about managed to hold us off. Let's get back into the feet of Thomas. It's probably the best strike he's hit so far, but keeper's still equal to that as well, so it's looking like it'll be a hard task of scoring against Cardiff, and it's not going to be us to do it as we are subbed off, and then nothing happens all the way to the full-time whistle. So we have lost 1-0 to Cardiff off a recent run. It's kind of a fall back down to earth, if you will. So we were trying to threaten the playoff places, which is uncharted territory for Barnsley really in the Championship. See, we get a 6.5 there, which is the joint most on our team. I think because of that we do fall a solitary place down to 9th, which still isn't a bad place for Barnsley to be, considering they're in a real-life relegation battle. But yeah, it wasn't too much going on against Cardiff. A few chances made from ourselves and for others, but none was taken. So hope we can get our shooting boots back on collectively for this game against Forest. We check to see if we're starting, which we are. Back on the right wing again, no surprises there. See, their squad, it's different from what I'm used to, kind of a bit more internationalised now with like people like João Carvalho and Alpha Semedo. Almost getting an early goal there. Good save from Bryce Samba, who is a good goalie in this league. Probably in leagues above if he was to go there. Lovely ball forward, I think. Connor Chaplin has brought it down out of the air like an absolute donkey. And that is the end of that attack. They get it on the edge here past our man. Solid save from the keeper. Our fullback picks up the pieces and plays it all the way forward to Chaplin. Sees us out on the right. Try and burst past our man, but we've just not got that kind of strength in us yet, unfortunately. As he seems to home down on us again, but we hold him off this time. Try and open up in the space on the right. Take the easy option of going back to Cabare. He finds us again. We do pull it across the 6-yard box, but the keeper is alert to it, Bryce Samba. Again, that's the end of that attack. We try and open up down the right here. We just choose the option of Tiam on the left. I think if I can cut across the box now, we might be able to get something. Good pass. I get there well enough, but the left-footed strike is just way too tame to threaten Samba any more than it did. And that is right on the brink of half time, which would have been a lovely way to go into it. But it wasn't to be. Stays 0-0. You see, we have had the most of the chances. If they make cock up here in their own final third. We move it into the middle. What I thought would be to my feet, but it does run past. We do tackle him after he makes a poor decision on the ball. Couldn't have made that any easier for, well, I want to say Woodrow this time. It could still be Thomas, I'm not sure. But yeah, he's made a pig's ear of it as well. Thought Cavara was going to come over to mop that up. He doesn't. João Carvalho meets that with a lovely half volley strike. Put us 1-0 down, so it's been a real rough kind of ride, not taking our own chances and other teams taking the one that seems to come to them. In our feet here, again into the feet of Woodrow. It used to be a case where everything he touched turned to goals, but even he's in on it with Luke Thomas and Chaplin and Tiams. It's just not going quite to plan. As even with that acrobatic effort, it's not for the want of trying, but again, not enough to. Can't really beat the keeper if it ain't on target, but just generally, yeah, the shooting's off for all of us. As again we're subbed off and we'll have no further impact on this match. But they make again a poor decision on the ball, open up way too much space, and finally someone seems to have their boots on, and it's Barre. I'm not sure who he is, I'm not sure where he plays, but he showed us all up with that goal. I think we're going to nick it here with a very simple flick from a goal kick. We do pull it back, but the header is a yard wide, as even to Samba's annoyance. It was never going in, fortunately for them if anything. But it does stay 1-1, which isn't again a bad result, but compared to the heights of last episode, both with me scoring goals and us doing well, it's not quite the same. You see we only get 6 this time, which I thought was a bit harsh with some of the chances we were giving people. We did set up a couple arguable sitters, or just great chances which weren't taken. If any of them were, we're probably looking at 7s and stuff for assists. But they weren't, and apparently we'd take the brunt of that. So he's still on that 71, we haven't really looked like going up in a while. I'll say that and we'll probably go up next episode now or something, but final game episode will be Derby. Or kind of, if you will, the nearly men of the Championship been involved in the playoffs. Basically ever since they went down all the way back in 2008. Multiple playoff appearances, had the famous one with Leeds last year. But again, it never seems to be for them, no matter how many their strikers scores or how well they're playing as a unit. It always seems to fall apart at the final hurdle. So we take on Matt Clark here, which I'm quite proud of. He was a great player when he was at Pompey. We did obviously get a fair few million for him, selling him to Brighton, now on loan at Derby. Early chance to pull it back, as you saw earlier. I think Tiam strikes it against the centre back. And here he strikes it against someone that earned ourselves a corner. Just lumped into the box. We try and get on the end of it, still in there, that shot's blocked. They fail to clear it great again, we get beaten in the air. We win it again in the air. Played forward into our feet eventually. We were lovely to chip up the way we did and hit it on the volley, but it was blocked rather easily, I believe, by Huddleston. And so we are putting in the effort at the other end. We do win it back, but this is the classic Barnsley thing of I come all the way back to win it, and the next thing that happens is our fullback or centre back to lump it up and I'm not there for it. We don't win the header and it's gone again, so it almost feels like a waste of my time sometimes. And a great bit of space there, and I think if we can pull it centrally, we've got ourselves a goal, but puts it a bit too close to the keeper. And that's the end of that one as well. This header's like played right into our feet, so we knock it further forward. And again, with a bit of space to open up into now as he plays it to us on the right. If we get there, we've got Shinny for company. The first pass in, pull it across, controlled well. Again a yard wide, everything seems to be a yard wide this episode. Robbing me of what I'm saying. On another day I could have had 3 or 4 assists, maybe even a solitary kind of 1 or 2, but I'd expect something, but everyone's shooting just seems to be off and we've got nothing to show for it. You see we have had 5 shots there, but keeping on target's been a real issue. As they again come down their left hand side, we've come back to deal with it. We do win it back and again lumped forward whilst I'm not there. And even Woodrow or Schmidt, whoever it is, not Schmidt, it would be Woodrow or Thomas with that blonde hair, isn't there to win it, so it's just a complete waste of our time really. We get on the end of that long ball, it's played century plus. Acrobatic, yeah, fair play to the defender for putting his body on the line really, because I don't know how many people would chuck themselves in front of an acrobatic stroke like that. And again around the similar kind of time, 66-minute mark, we are subbed off for Jacob Brown and nothing's to happen in that game. So a second draw, 0-0 against Derby, again not a bad result, but in terms of entertainment and goals and most importantly wins, we have been lacking this episode. Do get a 7, which I think probably was fair. We were again creating the chances, covering ground, doing what we could to try and get the win, but it just wasn't to be. Block shots galore, the whole bag without scoring really. See the rest of the results in the league. Table wise, we slip again down to 11th, still in that top half, which isn't a bad place to finish, but if we can try and push for any kind of promotion, I'll be very impressed and I'll do our best to get it. If not, we probably won't hit Barnsley next year, whether we stay with another championship club and try and get promoted or just skip a step straight to the Prem. We've got Brentford next, which will be a very tough game next episode. Quick check that we are starting again, so hopefully the shooting boots will be on for everyone in that one and we can get some goals going. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.